You okay? Alright? What's going on? You're breathing very heavily. Just try and breathe, like calm yourself, yeah? What's your name? Yeah, surname? What's the matter? Just sit down. You're in a safe place. This is safe, okay? Just breathe. Just try and slow your breathing down at least. Just in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, just keep doing that but slowly. Try and count into 5. So breathe in through your nose and okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just keep doing that. Just close your eyes if you need to help you concentrate on the counting. Okay. I'm just going to be typing. If it's too much, the noise, because it's distracting, just say. But just try and get yourself. Just focus on that for a few minutes. Okay. That's it, good. Okay. Okay, is that working? Okay, you just keep going. I'm just going to listen to your heart rate, okay? Okay. Just that's it. Keep it up. Okay. It's calming. I can hear the pace is slowing down slightly. What made you feel like this? Okay. I'll put it on the system if that's alright, just good for reference. Do you normally get like this before an appointment? Right. Do you know why that is? Have you had a bad experience in the past? Right. Yeah, so that would knock you, yeah. But this is extreme. Normally, I mean, people get nervous and anxious. Do you think it's more of a panic attack as opposed to an anxiety attack? An anxiety attack is more you're anxious about something and it's just developed into this sort of cloud, like you can't get out of it. As a panic attack, it's usually more random. There's not anything that's necessarily triggered it. It's just you are just, and they usually last anything up to about half an hour, really. I would reckon this is probably more of an anxiety attack because you're nervous about this appointment. But I mean, do you get these frequently? How so? Okay, well, it's more than you'd want, obviously. Have you ever taken anything? Okay. How did you get on with that? What didn't you like about it then? Okay, yeah, no, that can happen. That is one of the side effects, actually. Did you talk to anyone about you didn't like them, or we could have found an alternative treatment for you? No, that's fair enough. A lot of people feel that way. So there's obviously psychological treatment that we can do for you, so it's more therapy based. I think that might be. Have you ever tried that? A little, okay. It's not the cheapest way of, you know. I think, yeah, clearly that's what you'd prefer to do. I am concerned though, because you're still looking a bit red in the cheeks. If it's all right, let me just listen to your heart rate again. Actually, I just want to make sure that has actually come down somewhat. Just if you just breathe sort of normally. You don't have to. If you're happy doing the breathing exercises, if that worked for you, then by all means. If you're still sort of trying to reach that level of calmness, that's fine. But just relax, okay? You don't need to do anything in particular for this bit, okay? I mean, I'm not concerned like I was. You've managed to bring it down. That's really good. Have you had any other sort of symptoms going on at the moment? You have a bit of a scratchy throat. Anything else? Any earaches or anything? Or cough? No? Okay. Okay. Any temperatures? Right. Okay. I'll have a look at that. So this is only meant to be a sort of general check-up type thing. Certainly didn't need to be stressed or worried about it, but sometimes that can be a sign there's something else going on. Right, okay. I just want to have a look in your throat because I'm a bit concerned. You said it's been a bit scratchy. Yeah. Have you felt anything that's swollen? Does it feel like it's particularly swollen or anything? No? Okay. I'm just gonna. Let me just put these gloves on if that's alright. I don't want to be touching you unnecessarily, so. Okay. Just lift your head ever so slightly. Just put it up. There we go. Alright, I'm just gonna go underneath. I'm just gonna push ever so gently. Okay, it shouldn't be uncomfortable, I don't know, but just to feel. And right behind your ears and everything. Do you mind if I come around behind your neck? I can't feel anything that feels alarming. There's a little bit of. Feels like your glands might be up in your throat, in your neck, but there's nothing behind the ears, and there's nothing behind your in your neck, behind your head that feels particularly out of sorts. So I'm just going to put that on the system, right? Okay. if it's alright, I need to, I want to have a look in your throat. So I've got a spatula. So all I'll do is I'll ask you just to open your mouth, I'll press that down on your tongue, and I'll just get you to say ah, okay? Because I'm going to be getting up close, I'm just going to pop this on, just because if you've got anything contagious, I don't fancy catching it, and I don't want to pass anything potentially up, just because I'm going to be up quite close, okay? Right, okay. Where are we? Right. Are you quite comfortable? Yeah? Right, okay. Right, just open your mouth for me. And just, ah. Okay. I can't see anything that makes me, it's not tonsils or anything like that. Okay. You just, okay, yeah. Right, I'm just going to go again, alright? I might just going to put it a little bit further back on your tongue, so it might be a bit uncomfortable. If it's too uncomfortable, just raise your hand because you won't be able to talk, alright? Can you just tilt your head back ever so slightly when I do it? Yeah? Okay, ready? Okay. Ah, that's it. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Just take this off. It looks like there's a bit of an infection in your throat. Only mild, but I can understand why that would be so uncomfortable. Alright. Right, just put that on the system. Oh, I'm just going to take your temperature actually, if that's alright. Just do this one. This will go in your ear if that's alright. It's an unusual one, isn't it? But yeah, okay. Just sit comfortably. I'll just go in your ear, so just sit comfortably, alright? So I'll just sit and hold that in for a few minutes. No pain, no discomfort or anything. That's good. There shouldn't be, but I just thought that might give us another sign if there's anything else that's not quite happy. Where are we? Okay. Just give that a minute, it's just got to process. Yeah. Alright. Okay. That's okay. 38. No. 38, 37.8. Literally you've got a fraction of a temperature. It's almost not worth worrying about at all. But just because you've got a bit of a sore throat, I am just, yeah, I'm making a note of it. It's just something to bear in mind. But yeah, certainly nothing to be concerned about. Okay, just right. How are you feeling now? Yeah, let's just have another listen. I think that'd be a good idea. Just warm up a bit. It's got cold. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like it's pretty much fine. Yeah. Did have a blood pressure band, but I've actually misplaced it at the moment. So I've been borrowing from my colleague, but he's using it, so I can't use it on you at the moment. But I don't feel that you really need it, and I'd be worried that it might just sort of set you off again, if you know what I mean. I don't want to do that. I don't really think it's necessary. So, okay, right. What I would also like to do is just have a look at your eyes, just the muscles, like the reaction in your eyes. I'm not shining lights today. No, that would have to be next time. I don't want to do it too frequently, but I just want you to follow it, the actual tip of the pen. Just want to see your reaction, and so that I can see the colour of your eyes as well. So if I had the light, it would interfere with what I needed to see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this pen here, and I'm going to draw it in closer to you. So bring it in, and I just want you to look, both eyes, just look at the pen, and then I might move it to the side, or further up, or down, and I'll just bring it out and in, okay? I might cover up one side and then do the other, we'll see. Okay, if you feel uncomfortable at all, just say, because it can make you feel a bit funny, but it's okay. Tip of the pen. Okay. Go up and down. Okay, I'm going to cover up that side. Alright, this side. Alright, and then this side as well. There's any discomfort with that? It's not aching. It's normal for it to ache because you're straining them. If it's really quite uncomfortable, I would recommend that you do that probably just every day, other day. Try and do it every day to start with, and then sort of wean it a little. But just sort of dragging it in closer, like, and then moving from side to side, because that will help strengthen the muscles. So yeah. But I'm not concerned about the colour in your eyes or anything like that. Okay. Alright. Right, I think what we'll do, I just want to give you some exercises actually for your anxiety. If you have panic attacks that frequently, this might help, that's all. So I just think if you sort of try and practice the breathing exercise that I said, so breathing in deeply through your nose, you want to be breathing in, sort of taking long, deep breaths, but gently. So you want to do that on the count of 5, and then breathe out through your mouth again to the count of 5, slowly and gently. And you just want to keep doing that until you feel yourself like you've calmed down. What I would also suggest is, I think that would really help you. Like I said about closing your eyes, actually, did that help you particularly, do you think? Yeah, it's good because you can visualise the numbers if you like, or just something to help you calm, and it's just easier to concentrate on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then breathe out, and you just breathing in, staying calm. Ideally, maybe get yourself into what you feel is, depending on where you are, try and get yourself into the safest possible place, or the place that you feel the safest. You know, surround yourself with people that make you feel comfortable and you don't feel anxious. Maybe people that understand what you're going through. Maybe talk to people. Yeah, if you've got someone that you can, it's good to have sort of at least one other person, the person that you spend the most time with. To have it's not necessarily easy, but to have the conversation with them, and so that you're not on your own with it. And if it's someone that you spend the most time with, they can look out for signs. Maybe if you've got things that you find distract you really well, like from it, sort of let them in on it, and try and get them to do it maybe in a way that's not obvious to you that, oh, they're finding a distraction for you, because then it might make you more aware of you're entering an attack of some kind. So you need someone that can sort of swiftly divert your attention from, if they're starting to notice little signs that you're getting a bit, your breathing's picked up and stuff like that. So, you know, that's not always easy, but if you can find someone, that's great. But yeah, just generally talk to people, and people are understanding. And yeah, all right. I should try that. I've got a little thing here actually. But if you do those breathing exercises every day, even if it's just a couple of them, maybe when you get up in the morning, maybe before you go to bed especially, that's a very good time to do it. But equally just during the day, if you start to find yourself feeling a bit anxious, whether you're at work or just in a social situation, just try and practice those exercises. Maybe take yourself off somewhere, take yourself to the toilet, or just find somewhere where you can just be alone for just a couple of minutes, just do those exercises and just try and sort of level yourself a bit. But doing it every day, in general, will sort of generally help you feel calmer. It's also on this thing here I've got, it says, if you do regular exercise, particularly athletic. No, me neither, don't worry. You're not the only one. I'll just make a note of that. Okay, there's no judgment on you, but it's just good to know, because we can help sculpt your treatment if you like to suit you. Yeah, so regular exercise. They actually recommend that you do more aerobic type exercises, because it builds your strength up, helps increase your mood, actually lifts it, yeah, and just boost your confidence, which any exercise will boost your confidence, because it's that action of, you feel like you're getting fit, so you've got a better body, a better mind kind of mentality. It helps relieve tension, because you're moving about so much, you're not sitting there really tense and stressed. Do you get a lot of tension headaches? How frequently would you say you get tension headaches? Okay, that's not too bad actually. I for one suffer from them daily, so weekly, that's good. They're not pleasant, but yeah. You just need to sort of keep your shoulders relaxed as best as possible. Try some head stretches, just really tackling that muscle. Yeah, things like that, and just give yourself a few minutes of each day, as well as the breathing exercise. Just give yourself time just to relax and take yourself away from your daily sort of chores, or the things you have to do every day, and just make time for yourself. Do you worry a lot as well? Yeah, I think it's just the way the world is now, isn't it? Everything is instant, so you just, social media is just constantly being thrown things, aren't you? Yeah, try not to worry too much. I know that's easier said than done. I'm certainly not someone to be telling you, oh, don't worry. No. One of my colleagues actually recommends to people that if you give yourself half an hour of worry time each day, so literally for 30 minutes of every day, just sit and write a list. Just literally half an hour, forget about everything else that's going on if you can, and literally just sit for half an hour with a piece of paper and a pen and just write every single thing that is worrying you. And it can be from the smallest things to the biggest, just everything. Just literally, it sounds absurd, but it works, because I didn't quite believe my colleague when he suggested it. But yeah, it does work. You kind of think, surely that's just encouraging your brain to sit and think and worry about more stuff. But I promise you, you sit and write this list of every single thing that worries you, and do that every day, just for half an hour. That list will shrink, okay? Because you're getting it off your chest. It's not bothering you, pestering you all day, because it's okay, because I've written it down. And once you've written that list, you can sit and go through that and think, all right, okay, so it could be, you could be worrying about, I haven't replied to that person, or I don't know, I'm worrying about this issue at work, or worrying because you haven't seen a particular friend for quite a long time. And if you sit and have this list out in front of you, you might not want to tackle it that day, but it's there, and it's out of your mind because it's okay, because you've written it down. So it's not forgotten about, but you don't need to sit there constantly thinking about it because it's written down. And the next day, you do the same thing again. You might have dealt with some of the problems on that list, by the next day. You might have thought, actually, I am going to text that person, or I am going to arrange to meet up for a coffee, or and then the next day that list is even shorter. The list might change from day to day. Just because you've written it down one day, I'd still suggest you write down this, even if they're the same worries, I'd still write them down the next day, because it's, part of it. You don't need to keep the list from the day before, but it's up to you. That's personal preference at that point. But I really think that might be quite effective for you, actually, and that might in turn help with your attacks, your anxiety and panic attacks. Okay, so do you eat regularly? 3 meals, okay. And do you cook for yourself? Okay. Is it balanced? No, that's fine. Do you tend to eat your 5 a day? Do you get your fruits and vegetables? Okay, okay, that's better than nothing. I would maybe try and increase that. Do you eat a lot of sugar? Okay, because you're certainly not overweight, but sugar can impact your sort of levels, and it can affect you, especially if you've got a high sugar diet, because that can make you get the sugar crash, and then and then the sugar high, and it doesn't help things like that. So if you're eating fruits, like bananas and things like that, are quite sugary, so it's a natural sugar, so it's different. But maybe try and bring your sort of level of artificial sugar, intake down, and then try and increase your fruits, maybe. I can refer you to a dietitian if you're interested. Yeah? I can send that referral. No, nothing to worry about. No, all they do is just sort of, you might have to keep a food diary. They just sort of keep an eye on what you're eating and recommend ways that you can change it and improve it. They might give you a few leaflets and things like that, but it'd be worth doing, I think, actually. Sometimes you get kind of a bit restricted in what you eat. You kind of stick to the same types of foods. They can advise you on portion size, and how you can, like, if you are eating the same sorts of meals, they can recommend ways that you can adapt them, whether it's changing some of those ingredients, or it's very good. And the other one would be support groups. Have you ever tried going to a support group? No? Okay. It's quite a daunting prospect, I understand. But actually I do think that might be something for you. Do you have a big group of friends? Do you have a lot of people around you? No? Okay. Yeah, so you can meet lots of people. Lots and lots of people through the support group. And it's people with the same sort of problems that you have, or same issues they're facing. But it can equally be people with completely different problems, and you can find people that you click with, and you just develop a network of friends. I think from what I've heard, they tend to get out and do a lot of sort of things together. You don't have to stay in one big group. You can sort of filter off and sort of socialise with a couple on their own, if that's what you prefer. So take these off now. Yeah, I think it's something that'd be quite good for you actually. And equally, like I said about you having someone that can help you with when you're having some trouble, these people also have that problem. So it's in the sense that you can help them, and in turn they can help you, and it's quite rewarding. So I think, yeah, I think that'd be good for you. Okay. Right, well, you certainly seem much brighter now. You seem much calmer. You've got a nice big smile. So, yeah. Do you feel like you've had enough of a chat? Do you need to talk a bit more? Is there anything else that's on your mind? No? Well, feel free, get my words right. Feel free to phone any time if you need to talk. Okay. And if you'd like to sort of look into maybe some form of therapy, but I think therapy is a big word. I think a support group is a good place to start. Maybe making those few changes with exercise, food, the breathing exercises every day. I think you'll start to notice quite a big change if you sort of make those, like, focus on those few things. All right. Okay. Just gonna. All right. Okay. Well, it's lovely to see you again, and I'll see you again soon. All right.